lecture topic novel drug delivery systems, in which intrauterine devices, otherwise we can call it as vaginal drug delivery systems. In the world, the most common problem is population. So by the pharmaceutical sciences advancement, how to eradicate the population issues by using the intrauterine drug delivery systems to control the birth rate, to postpone the birth rate, and also the most communicable disease, sexually transmitted disease, HIV, that also prevented, because the economy of the country depends upon the healthy human of a particular country. These all parameters together, this topic, pharmaceutics, advanced drug delivery systems, intrauterine devices. Keeping all in mind, I want to discuss in three headings. Introduction, in which the basics of contraceptions, the anatomy of uterus, menstrual cycle, the basics, and the basics and desirable features of the intrauterine vaginal drug delivery systems, the types of delivery systems, in which most commonly based on the medication and non-medication, it is called as non-medicated IUDs, medicated IUDs. So this is very basic, everyone know, but I am considering this elementary level or the student perspective. What is contraception? Contraception is a method which results into temporary or permanent loss of capability to produce or conceive a young one. That means, it is simple words, it is the opposite to the conception, that is called as fertilization. There are two types of contraceptions. Very commonly we can say temporary method and permanent methods. In temporary methods, the temporary contraception, a method or lifestyle that ensures the reversible infertility for stipulated period of time depending upon the subject health and mindset. Commonly used IUDs, oral contraceptive pills, condoms, these are the temporary method examples. When the wife or husband intention to go for the child, then it will be cancelled the method. But in the case of permanent method, the permanent contraception, the method or technique adapted to give lifelong. Once you are used the method of permanent system, lifelong they are not able to reproduce the childbirth. So permanent contraception method or technique adapted to give lifelong acquired inability to produce. It is not the loss of sense, but in this permanent method, without loss of the outcome of the family, husband and wife and the opposite sex, the desired features will be without compromising the utilization of the IUDs. Commonly used in this method is, there is a cutting the ovary, cutting the uterus. These are the common methods mostly for females. In males, this is not related to this topic, vasectomy, there is a vas efferents will be disconnected to controlling the family planning. The anatomy of uterus, you are looking at the figure, the structure, the basic anatomy of the uterus of the female human. From the clockwise, the topmost, the clockwise, fallopian tube, just like a flower like structure, then the body of the uterus, then endometrium, the vagina, the cervix and ovary. These are the common various parts of the anatomy of any female of the uterus. This is very important for understanding how the intrauterine drug delivery system works. So accordingly, the student able to understand the basics of uterus and its anatomy and physiological functions, then only we can develop a better delivery system. It may be medicated or non-medicated, depends upon the situations and needs of the patients, female. The uterus is a pear shaped, the structure, pear, the fruit. The uterus is a pear shaped, thick walled muscular organ suspended in a anterior wall of the pelvic cavity. In its normal state, it measures about 3 inches long and 2 inches wide, 1 inch equal to 2.5 centimeter. Fallopian tube centers its upper portion, one on each side, both right side and left side, and the lower portion of the uterus projects into the vagina. The uterine cavity is normally triangular in shape and flattened anterior-posteriorly. I am repeating, the uterine cavity is normally triangular in shape and flattened anterior-posteriorly. The wall of the uterus consists of 3 layers. The uterus made up of 3 muscle layers. Endometrium, the first one is called as endometrium. The inner coat of the uterine wall and is a mucus. The inner coat of the uterine wall and is a mucous membrane. It consists of epithelium lining. And the connective tissue. Epithelium consists of non-cornified stratified squamous epithelium. The nature of epithelium is called as classified into non-cornified stratified squamous epithelium and lamina propria. Now let us discuss the squamous epithelium for different parts. The first one is superficial, that is a first layer in the endometrium, first layer, squamous epithelium first layer. The superficial is large flattened cells. Below that, there is intermediate layer, larger, flatter, nucleated cells. Parabasal, there is a polyhedral cells. Monolayer, that is called as last one, that is in the endometrium, the deepest layer, monolayer, cuboidal basal cells closely opposed to basement membrane. The connective tissue consists of 2 types of arteries. The blood supply, the arteries scarce is called as connective tissue consists of 2 types of arteries which supply blood to the endometrium. Straight arteries supply to the deeper layer. The arteries are straight that supply the blood to the deeper layer of the endometrium. The coiled arteries supply the superficial layers of the endometrium. And the second layer after the endometrium, that is called as myometrium. The myometrium consists of thick muscular middle layer made up of bundles of interlaced smooth muscle fiber embedded in connective tissue. It is interlaced smooth muscle fibers embedded in connective tissues. It is a subdivided into 3 ill-defined intertwining muscular layer containing large blood vessels of uterine walls. The third portion of the uterus muscle is peritoneum. The peritoneum is the external surface of the uterus. The peritoneum is the external surface of the uterus which is attached to the both sides of the pelvic cavity, by broad ligaments through which the uterine arteries crosses. Now move on to the next, the basics of the female reproductive organ, uterus, that is called the menstrual cycle. Human females fertility period extends from the puberty at the age about 13 years and to about end 45 to 50 years. The menstrual cycle starts at the age around 13 and extend up to 45 to 50 years. The menstrual cycle consists of 3 phases. That is, first one, follicular or proliferating phase, luteal or secretory phase, menstrual or bleeding phase. So now come to our ideal drug delivery system. Intrauterine drug delivery systems are commonly called as synonymously vaginal drug delivery system. As a pharmacist, as a device development scientist for the intrauterine delivery of the drugs, what are the features may be expected from the system? That is called as desirable features of vaginal drug delivery systems. The point number 1 is functionally effective and aesthetically pleasing to the patient, very, very important. The patient mindset easily accept such a device would be developed, that is called as functionally effective and aesthetically, the appearance, elegance, aesthetically pleasing to the patient. The system must be non-irritant. The drug delivery system, intrauterine drug delivery system or devices, this would be non-irritant because we are using not a single day or single month, we are using years and years in the uterus cavity. The delivery system we are using up to even 10 years. So continue using, the irritation make a discomfort to the patient, ultimately removal of the uterine devices. So that the manufacturer, the scientist, a device development scientist should think in this direction. The system, intrauterine devices system must be non-irritant and non-interfering with the normal physiological process, very, very, very important. The device, first point, you should not produce any irritation in the uterus cavity that leads to the mental disturbance of the patient, and secondly, the system non-interfering with the normal physiological process, the secretions, the pH of the uterus cavity and the muscular functions, all the things to be considered, that is called as non-interfering with the normal physiological process of the uterus. Sustained release for a chronic treatment, for example, any sexually transmitted disease, particularly gonorrhea, syphilis, some communicable STI infections, sexually transmitted infections. So for that they need the treatment for chronic duration. Accordingly, the device sustained release for chronic treatment of the disease. The last one, from the manufacturing point of view, the system commercially cost should be low and manufacturing should be easy. Suppose the product cost will be within the buying capacity of the patient, then only each and every patient try to utilize the product. Accordingly, the cost should be at low without compromising the quality and standards of the product. And the manufacturing should be easy. The techniques and technology for the manufacturing the devices should be very easy. These are the expected outcome, desirable things. Practically, some challenges may face the industry and the scientist and the development research team. See, the devices, that the figure indicates how the device may looks and where the device will be inserted to the uterus cavity. See the figure very carefully. In the uterus cavity, the copper IUD, the very commonly used the term is called as copper T. The copper is a metal. The device is called as intrauterine devices. The copper is coated in the metal devices. Then that will be T shape, just like in the alphabet T is a T shape that is connected with the string. When you want, you can put it in the uterus. If the patient not interested, they will remove accordingly. They are given some thread like string for the better removal and insertion to the uterus cavity. So, this is looks like when the patient when use these devices, they will be shed into the block very close to the fallopian tube. Now, move on to the advanced thinking of intrauterine devices. When the devices development started, initially they are prepared as a non-medicated IUDs. Then later recent development started medicated IUDs. So, the types of IUDs basically medicated and non-medicated. The non-medicated is the oldest model because these have a number of undesirable effects. These IUDs exert their contraceptive action by producing a sterile inflammatory response in the endometrium. We discussed earlier what are the 3 different layers of the uterus endometrium. First one is endometrium. The non-medicated IUDs produce the inflammation response in the endometrium. Ultimately, the mechanical process ultimately interfere the ovulation of the ovum with sperm. So, the non-medicated IUDs, these IUDs exert their contraceptive action by producing a sterile inflammatory response in the endometrium by its mechanical interaction. So, the device interacting mechanically in the cells of the endometrium and ultimately producing the sterile inflammation that leads to prevent the ovulation, fertilization. These non-medicated IUDs do not contain any therapeutic agent. Actually, the IUDs are simple and very plain. They did not have any drugs, any therapeutic agents. Example, ring-shaped IUDs. Later we can the figure illustrate the different structure and design of the IUDs. Okay, next 1 or 2 slides after we can see the structure, the figure of the non-medicated IUDs. Examples of the non-medicated IUDs: ring-shaped IUDs, plastic IUDs, lips loop, Dalkon sealed, safety coil. These are the devices available in market, but recently not all available because now the advanced version available medicated devices. So, they are removed from the market because of number of unwanted effect or undesirable interactions and the failure of the contraception. Now, move on to the next type, medicated IUDs. The name indicating medicated, it contains some drugs or therapeutic agents or some sterile drugs. These IUDs are capable of delivering pharmacologically active anti-fertility agents. The micrograms, the medicated device may be used for 3 to 5 years. The family planning for minimum 3 to 5 years. We can use once in a time, they will up to extended 3 to 5 years for the planning a family. These IUDs are capable of delivering pharmacologically active anti-fertility agents. Example, copper bearing IUDs, progesterone releasing IUDs. Copper is the very commonest family planning device, most commonly because of the anti-fertility effect of the copper. Most of the companies, they produce copper based IUDs. Progesterone releasing IUDs, the hormone based IUDs. Now, let us discuss the detailed about non-medicated IUDs and its significance in the pharma industry. These IUDs do not contain any therapeutically active agent. These prominently make use of metal or plastic ring and coils. These non-medicated IUDs, they make use of metals or plastics as a ring and coils. Commonly available in market is Dalkon sealed, lips loop, safety coil. Rings of stainless steel, some steel rings of stainless steel have mechanical effect on the uterus leading to contraception. Plastic rings also act as a mechanical barrier for the sperms and eggs, so they don't fuse. That means the ovulation. The plastic ring also act as a mechanical barrier for the sperms and eggs, so they don't fuse. That means the ovulation will be prevented. The plastic rings are made from sterile materials such as polyethylene and polypropylene. These are the polymers, plastic polymers, most commonly used IUCDs, intrauterine contraceptive devices of the non-medicated device. The non-medicated IUDs have vanished from the market because of the number of reasons, because of the one or more of the following reasons. Every field, whether pharma, whether IT, whether engineering, the new advancement is unavoidable. So, new research findings always slow down the older product. It's natural. Newer devices that are safer and effective, very important. The consumer perception, the patient point of view, the doctor point of view, the pharmacist point of view, something comes new, they want to try. This is a human innate nature. Accordingly, newer devices, that means advanced version of the IUCD is available in the market. Ultimately the patient, doctor, nurses, pharmacists, they prescribe to the patient the new one. And newer devices that are safer and effective, there is a point. Any pharma product, the safety and effectiveness is the first priority. So, the older products are missing, non-medicated IUDs are missing these safety and effective perception. Irregularities in menstrual bleeding, the non-IUDs are the uterus system, what we are using, that lead to change the cycle, menstrual cycle, that is called as irregularities in menstrual cycle. These are the one reason maybe the non-medicated IUDs are removed from the market. The patient discomfort and lower patient compliance, very important. Whatever we are designing, we always keep in mind the patient compliance and comfort. Discomfort and lower patient compliance leads to banishing the product from market. Cases of pelvic inflammatory disease, because the non-IUCD IUDs leads to produce, the mechanism is mechanical inflammation. If the inflammation is very greater, ultimately what happens? The pelvic pain starts. The patient having an inflammatory disease in the pelvic region. So, they are planning for the family planning, but they are getting secondary disease. So, accordingly, the IUCDs are non-medicated IUCD are removed from the market. They show higher rates of pregnancies and also a failure rate. The non-medicated IUDs are having a failure rates are greater than the rate of contraception. So, these are the unexpected, unwanted, undesirable outcome of the non-medicated IUDs. That is the reason may removed from the market, vanished from the market. See, different shapes of non-medicated IUCDs. T shape, A, B, C, D, E, F, I, G. So, the hands also they are having different colors, white color and red color. So, the shapes indicates T shape, 7 shape, the spiral shape, zigzag. So, it depends upon the patent rights and the patient compliance comfort. They can choose as per their convenient by the nursing and physician's help. Now, come to the medicated IUDs. Very commonly using IUDs are copper based, it is called as copper T. Copper bearing IUDs, example Cu7, Cu means copper. The 7 indicate the shape of the copper T. Sometimes copper T, sometimes Cu7 CU7 means the shape of the device is 7 shape. This device uses copper wire wound to the stem. This device is made up of T-shaped polyethylene plastic. It is having a two component in the device. One will be plastic portion and one will be metal portion. The plastic portion may be polyethylene plastics and the metal portion is called as the copper. There are various grades as per the surface area of the copper. That means the copper T, the surface coated with the copper material, the thickness and the area, based on that there is a brand name given, the surface area of the copper, the brand name, design. There are various grades as per the surface area of the copper Cu, wires such as CuT30, CuT200, CuT380. These are the different grades of the surface area of the copper in the device what they are used. Low concentration. Suppose we are using the low concentration of the copper surface area, what is the effect? Spermatocidal. That means after the intercourse, the copper may kill the sperms, that is called as spermatocidal effect. The spermatodepressive effect. The effectivity of the sperm will be decreased, that is called as spermatodepressive effect. Contraceptive effectiveness is more. That means the copper, the unique features of the copper, contraceptive effectiveness is more comparatively non-medicated IUDs. A pregnancy rate reduced to 5%, but in the case of non-medicated IUDs, the pregnancy rate will be high. Even though we are using the product devices in the uterus, the chances of pregnancy will be more. But in the medicated IUDs, that is the pregnancy rate reduced to 5%. Example, copper T200, copper T330, copper T380, copper T220. These are the different varieties and brands available in the market. It depends upon the need and the duration we can consume the product as per our convenience and our goal. Copper wire thickness, very important. The thickness of the copper wire in the plastic stem is 0.2 to 0.4 millimeter. See, not a 1 millimeter, 0.2 to 0.4, even less than 0.5. So, this is the thickness. How the copper works as an antifertility action? What is the pharmacological effect? Is in high concentration of copper is cytotoxic, that is called as Seidel effect. In high concentration of copper is cytotoxic effect. It enhances the spermatocidal and spermatodepressive actions of an IUD. The cupric ion Cu++ is a competitive inhibitor of progesterone and to lesser extent effect of estrogen. The copper cupric ion is inhibit the progesterone directly and lesser effect on the estrogen to inhibit the hormonal production, that is very essential for the ovulation. Evoke sterile inflammatory response in the endometrium. So, by this mechanisms, they try to produce sterile inflammatory response in the endometrium. Ultimately, finally, the ovulation process will be prevented and the end outcome is no fertilization. The release of the copper from the device, the duration, the brand, the value. So, the outcome all the comes the copper from the device. The release is linear by chelation, ionization and corrosion over the period of 12 years. Suppose today we are using the device in the uterus of the particular human female, that will be used for up to 12 years. That means the release is a linear, continuously, steady state, zero order mechanisms. By the any mechanisms of chelation, ionization, corrosion over a period of 12 years. The release rate is directly proportional to the surface area of the exposed copper. The rate of copper released from the copper T device depends upon the surface area of the exposed copper. Most commonly used the copper T is the variant CuT380A. It has surface area 380 square millimeter. The brand indicate, I told that earlier, the numerical number indicate the surface area. Here 380A, copper T 380A indicates the surface area of the metal copper is 380 square millimeter. Composed of polyethylene T with 176 milligram copper wire on stem and 65.5 milligram, 66.5 milligram on the arms. The copper T, the T shape, the topmost is called as wire, and arms 66.5 milligram arms. The total 176 milligram copper wire on the stem and 66.5 milligram on the arms. It will be approved by the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, for over up to 10 years use. The CuT380AG IUD differs only at the Cu has Ag core that slows the corrosion rate. That means CuT380 Ag IUCD differs only at Cu has a Ag core that slows down the corrosion rate. So today lecture we discussed about the intrauterine device, how it is important, the basics of the contraception, the various basics of the uterus cavity, and the different types of IUDs, medicated, non-medicated, and the advantages, disadvantages, desirable features. Finally, the FDA point of view, the different brand. So this is the lecture today I am aimed to cover. So I think this lecture today over. We can meet in the next lecture in the new topic. Thank you.